Hi everybody. I'm going to be showing you how we deal with storage lockers once we buy them. Today I was actually fortunate enough to purchase two storage lockers. They're not really big or super full, luckily, and there's not a lot, I don't think there's furniture or anything like that in there. But we're going to take a look and see what we have inside the lockers here. And just so you know, a lot of times people ask me, say, hey, how do you actually buy storage lockers? And the way you buy them now is you buy them by bidding online. You don't actually go in person. There are some companies that still do in-person storage lockers for auctions, but I've not been to one of those in a long time. It's been years. But now everything's just done online, and you put in your bids, and hopefully the pictures that you have are pretty good. I'll put some pictures up of what I'm going to be looking at, and I'll show you the video of what's actually in there, because a lot of times things get hidden. They're actually not allowed, I believe, to go into the locker itself because it's owned by somebody else. Their stuff is still in there. So they can stand on the outside, like on the border of it, and they have to take the pictures from there. And these people are not photographers, that's for sure. But I went off the best information I could, and hopefully I'll be able to make some money off of selling the contents of these lockers, either online or in person, like at flea markets and things like that. So let's take a look and see what we have. Well, after picking up everything from the storage locker company, I decided to put everything in my driveway. And you can see here there's quite a few boxes. Luckily, these are organized pretty well, and it was easy to unload them. They really weren't too keen on having video recording going on at the location. But anyway, it wasn't all that interesting, just me and my son just taking out a bunch of boxes and storing them in my truck. And I brought them all home, and we're going to take a look and see what's inside here. Here's what I got. I've started sorting out a few things. I brought it all home, and here's what we have. The dolly is mine, and those plastic bins in the back are mine. But here's the other stuff we got. You see my chairs there. So some of the stuff is not from the locker, but we got all kinds of bags. We started a trash bag already. Lots of sewing patterns. Most of them are vintage sewing patterns. Some of them for costumes. Someone was into the theater here where they're making a lot of costumes. And we found some books on sewing. This bag here is full of like batting and stuffing and things like that. It's a whole crate of records, which we'll get to in a bit and see what's in there. Some books, an old cell phone box. Hope there's an old cell phone in there. And then a box of kitchen stuff and some fabric. So I'm hoping we'll do okay on this. In the back of my truck, in the back seat of it. Oh yeah, there's, before we get to the back seat, you see some of the things we sorted out here. Some little doodads and stuff. That's mostly going to be flea market. Some of it will end up on eBay. And here I found a bunch of these. You can see they tried to sell them before for $10, but they're like hanging lanterns. I don't think they're that particularly old. I think like this, the glass part here, it's not glass at all, it's plastic. So they're not particularly old, but they're kind of nice. They look good. Whatever we have. And here's a couple tips for you. If you can ever find a Bible, Bibles always, for me, sell very well. They sell pretty quickly. You know, they're, especially if it's a family Bible. This one is not. It's just an old Bible. I'm not sure if it even has the publication or the printing date or anything like that. Let's see. No. This is printed in London, though. That's cool. Look at everything on the inside cover here. That just shows the books of the Bible and everything. So very nice. And then I found a couple other books here. These are underneath here are some yearbooks. And yearbooks always they can be sold. If you have a more popular, for the big high school, it's a lot easier to sell them if it's a small one. And this is an old ice crusher I recognize it because my parents had one. I remember back in the day, you just toss ice in there, crushes it up to bits so you can make your mixed drinks. We'll get to some of the things that are over there. There's I think it's an LL Bean carrier bag. And then I bought a second locker, which was a small one as well, but it was full of tools. And you see I got a chop saw here and some other tools in the back, which we'll get to soon. Now we're going to get into the tools here a bit. I'm not going to bore you with me digging through everything, but I'll show you the result of what is sellable, what we can, take to flea markets, put on eBay, and what's going to be either donated or trashed. Some of the stuff looks pretty well used. I believe it's from someone who had like a painting business or something like that. So let's take a look and see what we end up with. Well, here's what we ended up with. Just some miscellaneous tools. Here's a rigid battery. There's some, I think there's some other rigid tools in here. And here's some chargers. This one's pretty, it needs a good cleanup there. And then this is the charger for this battery. And well, I'm not going to keep these like half-used caulks. Those don't have to stick around. And some other parts here. Here's a Vector. There's some kind of a power supply. 6 to 12 volt battery charger. Oh, so it's like a trickle charger there. So, and then there's some screws. These are all end up at the flea market, except for these. They'll have to be cleaned up. They'll be on eBay soon. All right, moving on to our next small box here. This is kind of nice. This is, I believe, an LL Bean courier bag. Yep, LL Bean. And there's a comb in there. And I don't think there's anything else going on. That's a nice bag. I've got some leather restorer that might help with some of these scratches. I get those out and make it look nice. And that will end up on eBay as well. Now we can see what else is in here. So you got this bag, this box here is for eBay sales. This one's for flea market. So I haven't gotten all that far into it. This is going to be eBay. These are the tools that we ended up with out of the other box. It's all we really got out of it was the chargers, a stud finder. I gotta find out what this thing is. It looks familiar, but I don't know. It's got a magnet on the back. It has a battery and a couple chargers, and it probably goes to this rigid reciprocating saw. We'll take that blade out of there before somebody gets hurt. And then we'll see what's inside of this box as well. Well, that last box was kind of a bust. There really wasn't anything in there. It was mostly stuff like this. I'm going to probably put this out as like a curb alert or something. Someone, if they want to take it. There are useful parts there, just nothing I can sell. So, on to the next one. Well, here's our next box. This one looks pretty good. Like someone's, oh, it might be someone's shop class project. Cutting board, all used. There is, ooh, white box. And I found some things here. It's pretty heavy. Maybe it's cash. That's a problem right there. I'll have to come back to that one, but there's something in it. I have no idea what's in it, but it's pretty heavy. We'll come back to you. Luckily in here I found some big honking screwdrivers, something we can, or I could just drill out that lock and we'll get at it. Unless the key is in here. Unlikely. There is. That looks to be some kind of a tool perhaps. Oh, okay. This is like a budget-minded drill. If you need one, just, if you don't do a lot of home repairs, but you do need a drill. This one's like 9.5 volts. It looks like it's in good shape. I'm not too proud of it. They don't put any brand name on it or anything like that. But here's another one. This was called the Farmington cordless drill, and at Ace Hardware it was 40 bucks. So that's good. It's an 18 volt one though, so it's a little bit more, a lot more desirable. And then here's a cheese board set for all your fancy cheeses. All right, very nice. Very nice. I'm going to put these in here. And we're going to find out what's in you. Well, let's find out what's in you. Anyone want to take a guess? It is... Oh, it's a travel mug. Actually, I could use one of those. I might just put it in my truck for traveling. All right, not too bad. I want to find out what's in you. It's interesting. Hope it's full of money or gold or something like that, because it is locked. Well, thanks to my friend, this is Ryobi, my friend Ryobi here, and Mr. Giant Screwdriver, we were able to persuade this to open up. Just drilled it right out. So let's see what we got in here. I'm gonna make a mess here probably. And, well, there is money in here in the form of various coins and things. Here's a 1971 half dollar. Oh, and a class ring. Oh. We'll have to check out on the class ring there, see if that's maybe any valuable metals or anything like that. A brooch, some other coins. I'll have to look at the coins and see if they're valuable at all. Bunch of papers. This is the kind of stuff that we're supposed to return to the storage locker company, but in this case, it's kind of late now for all that. I figured if they wanted it, they probably would have paid for it and kept the stuff. But I'll go through all these, make sure none of the money fell inside there, and valuable $100 bills or anything. Unlikely. But there is some stuff in here. And I'll have to go through it. I'll find out about the class ring. That's interesting. All right, let's move on. Okay, in the box that had the tools, I also found a delightful series of Christmas CDs. This is the Christmas with the Brady Bunch. And if you've ever heard it before, I'd recommend that you listen to Greg Brady. He didn't put his real name in there. Doing Oh Holy Night. Man, that is a classic right there. Bonanza Christmas, John Tesh. This is winter songs, but oh, it looks like they're originals. All right. Conrad Sousa, Carols and Lullabies, 1940s Christmas. Natalie Cole actually put out a Christmas album. I did not know that. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with Burl Ives. Yeah. All right, Burl Ives. Barbara Streisand Christmas. The Van Trapps. The original Sound of Music family. Oh, another one. Barbara Streisand did more than one Christmas here. This one is Amy Grant. I remember her. What, the 80s or something? And then Julie Andrews. This one has a bunch of pop and rock artists. I see Bruce Springsteen, Mariah Carey. I hope it doesn't have that song in it. Let's see if it's got that awful song in it. Let's see. Mariah Carey. Oh, she's singing Silent Night. Well, that ought to be a good one. All right. And then this one just says a very special Christmas. Oh, it's a collection. There's the Pointer Sisters, Madonna singing Santa Baby. I could have just a whole video on this nightmare right here, just this one. Anyway, that was also in there along with the Scarlet Letter on VHS. There was a cutting board and some crayons and stuff, and half a pack of DVDs over there. All right, let's move on to the next one. Hopefully not as weird as this one is. And here we go with our next box. Oh, I think I may have seen this one already. Let's see. Here's an old bottle of Parker's hair balsam. A cool old bottle, no stopper in it. And then, of cookie jar. It does have the lid. I remember the lid. And a couple of these square vases or something. I have a whole bunch of marbles in one of these bags. Maybe I'll put marbles in them. This may be made out of marble here. Oh, not a whole lot going on there. Let's go on. Let's see what we have. Oh, what's that you hear back there? Oh, I hear you. You want to see this one. You want to see what's in these here. Now, let's see. Oh, it looks like a bunch of... Oh, there's some patterns and stuff in there. Ooh. Well, let's take that over and see what we got. Aha. All right, we moved all those rags and shirts and stuff out of the way. And these are all costume patterns. I believe they're all costume patterns. Now, when I looked these up from... Let's see. There's a barcode. I did a barcode on them. When I looked one of these up, each one sells for about $16. There's not a price listed on them. These are from, this is 1994. But if they're $16 each, I mean, there's a lot in here. It goes down here. There's got to be about, let's say there's 30 or 40 of them in here, plus the other ones I found over here. And another box, those are also $16 each. So there's got to be a couple $100 worth of patterns in here. $300-400 worth of different footwear patterns. I guess the trick is really to sell them. But those are all going to go on eBay. Those will be very easy to sell. They have a barcode on them. You can, well, not this one, but some of them have a barcode on them. And then you can just scan that in, that barcode, and it'll fill in a lot of the details for you. So, all right, well, that's a good find right there. I'm starting to make some money at all this. So let's move on to the next. Okay, here are more patterns for costumes. And these are bow ties, but they're the kind of bow ties you actually have to manually tie them, I believe. But there's all kinds of patterns in here for different kinds of costumes. See, of course, they're upside down to you here, aren't they? All kinds of different things here. And if they go for about $16 each, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. It's 20, 40, there's 40 of them there. It's quite a bit of money. And then, now these over here, these are another box of patterns, but these are like vintage McCall's patterns. This one says Quick, so I'm not familiar with that one. I've sold these kinds of things before. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do, because I have already some in inventory, but we'll have to find a way of selling all these as well. And then we have another box under here. And here we have some VHS, cassettes. There's a couple of CDs in here too. There's The Secret Garden. It's a classic, the Hallmark version. Last of the Mohicans. B. Arthur on Broadway. Didn't know she was. Lane Stritch at Liberty. I don't know. A lot of these I'm not too familiar with. John Cicada. So there's a whole bunch of them in there too. I have to go through all those too. We'll see how cassettes do. I do not want to test all of them. That's a lot to do. And then more vintage patterns. Dress patterns here. It says, on the outside it says photo albums, but on the other side it says that there's patterns in here. And, oh, who knows? These might be all sold as one big lot. All right. The next box. Oh, it's a box full of hangers. We always check it out just in case they put some other stuff in there, but I feel pretty confident it's hangers all the way down. Oh, there's another plastic under the bed box here. What's in here? Oh, more patterns, more dress patterns. I should say clothes. I don't know that they're dresses. Oh yeah, these are military ones. McCall's. Those are actually pretty easy to sell, McCall ones, in Simplicity. They're brand names. I just love these here. I mean, imagine showing up at a Halloween party dressed like this. Man, all the girls will be talking about you. All right, hopefully in the good way. All right, let's see what else we got. Now there is a box here that I didn't know I had it, but this one has family photo albums and things like that in there. So that probably ought to be returned to the storage place. So if I get a chance, next time I pop over there, I'll return it to them. So hopefully they can get it back to the owners of it. All right, this looks like more sewing supplies. Oh, and indeed, it looks like it is. Plus some other thrilling things. Oh, there's an old pin cushion here. Oh, some general supplies. I'll go through it all to make sure there's nothing like really valuable in here. But if not, I'll just sell it as one big box of stuff. Oops. Yeah, there's some more remnants underneath here. Some books and things, manuals. Oh, a bunch of legal pads. Here's a punch. Now this said it cost $21 when they bought it. Oh, they make all kinds of punches. Interesting. I will have to look into that. All right. Well, that's an interesting box. Here's a box in the box is from Bloomingdale's. And in Bloomingdale's, they bought whatever these are. I don't know. Maybe for decorative or craft purposes. I have no idea what these are for. Well, the box is Bloomingdale's. I'm not sure if that's what was originally in there, but that's what's in there now. So that would be fun to go through all that and kind of see if there's anything useful in there, either to myself or to anybody else who might want it. So, I got like 50 of these. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, let's move on. Let's really move on. There is a box of music, CDs. Oh, Pet Shop Boys, I remember those guys. Muriel's Wedding. Oh, there's a lot in there. Now, there are companies that just buy the CDs. You scan in the barcodes, and they will give you a price for it. So I may try that first and see if there's anything that I can just ship off. And they pay for the shipping too, which is nice. And here's a whole bunch of albums. Oh, I've never seen this one. I remember this album. John Denver and the Muppets. If there's like a Dave Brubeck Take 5 in here, then we'll be talking. I don't think that's going to show up in this. Oh, Haunted House Sounds. I found a lot of Halloween related stuff in here. Sonny and Cher. I don't know, there might be some good stuff in here. These are some classic albums. Wow. And then there's this box over here. So let me move that one up on my truck bed, and then we'll take a look at it. Now this might seem kind of funny, but this is like the box that might come out of somebody's desk or dresser drawers or something. It's got a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, but I can often find really good stuff in here. There's some photos. More photos. I'll put them in that photo box and give it back to them. Various ointments and stuff. Can a clear finish. Ace bandage. Ace bandage. Going to the flea market. Ace bandage. It's new. It's fine to sell like that. All right. What is this thing? Oh, it's probably an alarm clock. I bet this is from their nightstand or bedroom, at least. Oh no, it's an answering machine. Oh, General Electric answering machine. I think we had one of these in the 80s or 90s before they invented voicemail, and then no one uses voicemail. So we're a couple of technologies beyond that. Here's a book on women's hats, men's hats, footwear, buttons and trimming, all kinds of. Whoever this person was, they were I mean, I think he was a professional. I think it was called a seamer, which is someone that made costumes and clothing for theater productions and that kind of thing. Maybe they did that for his job too, because he got an award for it at work. Oh yeah, there's some fun books here too, the 1940s. Time Life books probably, I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, so there's a bunch of miscellaneous stuff inside there. A lot of pens. I have so many pens. So many pens. I can't really sell them either, so I keep them. All right. Well, that's just a barrel of monkeys there. All right, let's move on and see if there's anything else. Well, now it's time to take a look inside of this box. I thought it was going to be more clothing patterns in it, but it turns out that there's these set of dishes. These are called, from a series called The Friendly Village. They're made in England. And some of them were selling for quite good money, like a set of plates was $36. Usually China is almost impossible to sell. Unless it's a really desirable brand. So there's some other breakable things in here too. Let's see. Hopefully there's more of those. Those things got some value to them. This one have a crack. Oh, this one's been repaired. Too bad. This one is Johnson Brothers. That's nice. It still might sell at the profit. If someone needs that particular piece, then yeah. There's probably more similar ones too. I can see a bunch of dishes in here too. Let's see what we got. I want to undo the whole thing. Oh yeah, more. This looks like Friendly Village. Yep, more Friendly Village. So, and here my estimate would be these. If they're similar, there's got to be, at least like, if they're all the same ones or same patterns or whatever they might be, they're probably about $300-400 worth of dishes in here. So hopefully the next one's going to be just as good. Let's see. Well, luckily this one is a see-through, so I can kind of see what I'm getting into. It looks like more fabric remnants in there, but I do want to make sure that's all that's in there, because sometimes people will pack other more breakable things amongst soft stuff, but I think these are just fabric remnants here. I'm going to be at the Ipsy Flea in a couple of weeks on the 31st of August 2025. So if you want to come by there, it's in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and I will have all sorts of fabric and clothing making items there. A box like this, with the box, I don't know, it probably would sell for something like $10. These are all pretty small remnants in here, but I will see, because I have about 5 or 6 of these kinds of boxes full of miscellaneous patterns and things like that. And at this flea market, there's a lot of people that make clothes, so I'm hoping I'll get some sales from them. Not necessarily from customers, but from other vendors that are there. So hopefully that goes well. Yeah, it says microwave on the outside, but luckily it's not. Those things weigh a ton, and they're hard to sell at $10. Microwaves are not a big, high-priced commodity. But let's see what we got inside here. I knew it was a microwave just by picking it up. It says on the box, it says miscellaneous basement. So, okay, well, hopefully this has the stand for it too. It's a little bit dirty, not bad though, been used. And here's a head, probably, I'm not sure if that goes with it or not. Hopefully, oh yeah, here's a stand for it. Here's a bag that goes to something. This probably goes to the head. Now this is for making some tiny clothes. Your children's clothes or something like that. And then, oh, for doll clothes. Oh, I stand correct. Yep. Soft body cushion doll pattern. Okay. Oh, this is for doll clothes. Well, maybe this is for bigger doll clothes. I guess it looks like it's big enough for like baby clothes and that kind of thing. And here is a box of what to be crumpled up paper. Hopefully crumpled up paper is hiding a big stash of cash here. Okay, so I open up the box. And, oh, is it hair? Oh, that's full of probably what I would say is doll hair. All right. Please, are they human hair? We'll just call it hair. I don't want to know if it's human or not. It's pretty soft. Okay, here's a mystery, which I bet is going to be another one of these patterns here. Oh, it's something with the lady die. All right, well, I'll have to cut out and come back in. Oh, there's a Ouija board down there too. All right, let's see what's in here. It's been opened. Make sure it's not photos of somebody. First, I don't think it is. Oh, it looks like catalogs, Newsweek. Oh, this is from 9/11. Oh my. Okay. So someone had ordered this. They probably got it online on eBay or something like that. It's a bunch of 9/11 stuff. So anyway, I'll put those back in there too. We'll see if there's any market for them as well. And then we'll see what's at the bottom of the box. Well, we're back in with the Ouija board. The Mystifying Oracle. I've never heard it referred to that, but I knew it was made by Parker Brothers. So let's see what we got. I don't know if this is an old one or not. There's a picture or something in here too. This is, oh, it's somebody. When I was in elementary school, we used to do this too, make these silhouettes. The teacher would make you stand in front of like a projector, like a slideshow projector, or a film strip projector, and then they make a shadow and outline it, and then you give it to your parents for Christmas or something like that. So I don't know why he stored it in the Ouija board though. That's interesting. I did not know that. Why you would store that there. But anyway, this one looks pretty good. Oh, it's this talking board set. Is anything that's going to talk to you here? I see the board, and hopefully the little compass thing is in there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we are complete here. What's nice about these things is there's only two parts to it. There's the board and the little pointer. So you kind of get an idea of how old it is. If it has a barcode on it, it's probably from like the early 1980s or later. And I do not see a barcode, so it's a pretty old one. Pretty old one. And this is, oh, it's a puzzle. Now, if this puzzle's not sealed in here, then it's really hard to sell this because they have to put the whole thing together. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, there's a book in there too of Charles and Diana. Yep, it is sealed. Thank goodness. So we'll put that back together. I'm not sure what the value is on something like this. I will have to look it up. And And it does not have a barcode on it as well. Check inside. No barcode, so that would be probably original from the back in the day. So that is about the end of everything I have here, everyone. And I made quite a dent, and I just have to clean up my mess here. I got everything put away, and I'll show you what happens here. This box had some CDs and things. I think we went through that one already. There's an old answering machine in there as well. I thought was interesting. All right, there's some tools I found from before. I have to put those in storage as well. And what I did was my current eBay inventory, I just purged a lot of it, was all over here up to box number 29. And then everything over here is what is left over from the 2 lockers that I just bought up to this shelf here. Plus, going to the flea market with me are these black and yellow boxes. That box there, this black and yellow box here. These boxes on the bottom here are full of books, and I have not gone through the books though to see what they are. So I'll have to scan them, and if they have a barcode, I can scan them and see if they have any value. If they don't, then I donate them to a local charity here. It's called the Step Thrift Store, and they help train people to work in stores that have developmental disabilities. And here's the box of records. I think we talked about that one already, with the John Denver and the Muppets there. And then there's probably some other good ones. There's a local record shop nearby that buys records. I'll go to them first and see if they're interested in any of them. They're probably not going to be interested in this one, but if there's any good rock albums or anything like that in there, they probably will. So not a bad day. I was a little hesitant at first about all of this, but I think it actually turned out pretty good. Well, here's a few items that I wanted to highlight after I dug through everything. First off, we have these autographed pictures of Lee Majors and Sally Struthers. Dopey. I think this was purchased as a blank white plaster that you would paint yourself, because the paint job kind of looks kind of amateurish. This is a Godzilla lighter. You pull his left arm down and it lights the fuel inside and makes a flame. And here is the class ring, a little bit close up of it, and you can see it's pretty rough shape. Hopefully it's made of silver, and I may be able to get some scrap for it. Well, I think it went pretty well, everyone. I've got my hat on. It's really hot out here, and the sun was really beating down on me, so I got my goofy old hat on here to protect my head. But down, from all the stuff that I have here, I don't have an estimated value of what everything is there. Between the 2 lockers, I paid about $300 with all the fees and taxes and everything that's in there. So I'm well past the $300 mark. My best estimate would be right now is that if I were to sell everything that's in here at the prices that I believe I could get them for, I think we're closer to about $3,000 than anything else. But like I said, once again, I didn't value some of the things yet. I hadn't had time to. I have to, put everything away here. So anyway, that's where we kind of ended up. So my best estimate right now is turn the 300 into 3,000. And then hopefully some more once I do the research, hopefully not less. Sometimes that happens as well too. But anyway, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or you want to learn more about buying storage lockers, buying and selling online, anything like that, just drop me a comment. I always reply to my comments. And if you could like my video, I'd really appreciate that too. That would be very helpful to me. Even give me a thumbs up. Anything will help. I know it doesn't cost anything. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.